See, the next chapter is about the theories of management, and it is one of the most important topic in a way, because our subject is all about the management principle and application. So, what kind of theories have been given about the management by the different thinkers, by different management thinker? That is also most important to study, because उन्हीं से निकल के ये आता है कि why we are studying the different functions, different role, different principles, how the application is being done in real life about the managerial theories. So सबसे पहले ये समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है that what kind of theories of management actually exist and what kind of thoughts have been given by the thinkers. तो the whole process or the evaluation of the theories of management is divided into actually 3 eras or 3 time period. One is called classical thinker, second is called neoclassical thinkers, and third is called the modern thinker. Every time period comes with certain concepts and explains certain approaches towards the management. So when we talk about the approaches to management, see, approaches is again how the classification has been done. I mean, if we are talking about the classical approach, the most oldest one, तो वो बात करती है about the scientific management, about the management as a process, and about the management as a bureaucratic organization, which used to exist in the past eras. Then there comes a additional approach which is called the neoclassical, the human relation approach towards the management. Then there is a behavioral science, there is a system approach, there is a contingency approach, which are the modern scenarios. So whenever you are studying the approaches, you will always understand, or you always try to find one thing, what has been added to the previous one, what is exactly the new about the theory. तो समझने की कोशिश करो कि जब हम थ्योरी की बात कर रहे हैं तो हम उस थ्योरी में आपको समझाना क्या चाहते हैं, या हम उस थ्योरी में आपको मैनेजमेंट का कौन सा पॉइंट टच करके बताना चाहते हैं, दिस इज ऑल्सो अबाउट द मैनेजमेंट, या दिस इज समथिंग विच is or which should be part of the management, or maybe it was not in the earlier approach, but it has been included in the new approach. So the first approach is bacha basically about the classical approach. Now what your classical theory says, ठीक है, योर क्लासिकल थ्योरी इज़ वन ऑफ द ट्रेडिशनल एक्सेप्टेड व्यूज़, या कह लो कि जो सबसे पुराने मैनेजमेंट के थिंकर्स थे उन्होंने जो आपको मैनेजमेंट की थ्योरी समझाई, उन्होंने उसे ना उस चीज़ को, या ओल्डर स्कूल्स ऑफ थॉट को हम नाम देते हैं क्लासिकल अप्रोच का. नाउ इस पर्टिकुलर थ्योरी के अंदर मैनेजमेंट को एक्चुअली 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया गया, कि मैनेजमेंट एक साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम होता है, इट इज़ ऑल्सो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ऑल्सो, एंड देन इट वॉज स्टडीड दैट इट्स अ ब्यूरोक्रेसी ऑल्सो. नाउ scientific management theory, you must have heard, it was given by the F.W. Taylor. ठीक है. Now what Frederick was saying, आपको याद होगा, there are 14 principles of the F.W. Taylor, जिसे आप साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल्स कहते हो. नाउ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट में बेसिकली आप इसे मशीन थ्योरी कहते हो, बिकॉज इस थ्योरी का एक बेसिक पर्पस था टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ह्यूमन इज सपोज टू वर्क एज अ मशीन. ठीक है, देयर वाज नो ह्यूमन टच, एज अ मशीन टुवर्ड्स द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. यानी कि आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो एम्फसिस होता है वो हमेशा लोअर लेवल पे होता है, क्योंकि दे आर द वन हु आर एक्चुअली द वर्किंग वन, बिकॉज द अदर, आई मीन द मिडल एंड द अपर लेवल मैनेजमेंट इज बेसिकली द काइंड ऑफ ब्रेन, द थॉट प्रोसेस. ठीक है. अब इसी के बाद एक और एडिशन था, इफ़ यू रिमेंबर, देयर वाज हेनरी फ्योल ऑल्सो. हेनरी फ्योल का कंसर्न बेसिकली ये था कि भाई एफिशिएंसी जो लोअर लेवल की आप वर्किंग की बात कर रहे हो, जिसको आप मशीन थ्योरी कहना चाहते हो, द concentration or the emphasis should be on the upper level manager also, because they are the one who are actually the decision maker. So if they are efficient, the lower level efficiency is automatically going to be increased. That was one of their thought. Then there was one thought which was given by the Max Weber. Max Weber talk about the bureaucracy only. He says that any organization should work on certain protocol, certain rules and regulation. ठीक है. The impersonality of the relationship, no personal relationship should be the main characteristic of any organization. The division of labor and specialization, that also comes from the other thinker, but his main point of emphasis was impersonalization. कोई personal touch होना organization में कतई ज़रूरी नहीं है. That was his point of view, and that is why it is called bureaucracy. See, the camera will keep on moving. I'll be sharing the PDF also, so you can open the PDF and listen to this video. You will be able to understand. Now, the second thinkers were, or the second era of the thinker were basically the human relation approach. Now when we talk about the human relation approach, बच्चा human relation में the most important thing जो लोगों ने understand करने की कोशिश करी, that was the humans are not machine. Even if that is a lower level manager, lower level people in the organization who are maybe working on the machinery, maybe working at the lowest level of the organization, but they are human. So that human touch should not be eliminated from the organization point of view or the management point of view. एल्टन मेयो ने एक बहुत फेमस एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था विच इज़ कॉल्ड हॉथरॉन एक्सपेरिमेंट, ठीक है, जिसमें उन्होंने ये चेक करने की कोशिश की थी कि अगर इनफॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप की क्वालिटी इंप्रूव हो, सोशल क्लीशेस को दूर किया जाए, कम्युनिकेशन का पैटर्न बेटर किया जाए, तो और इनफॉर्मल लीडरशिप को भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एक पोजीशन दी जाए, तो उसके बाद ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्या चेंज आएगा. इट मीन्स his whole theory is actually also called being nice to people. Be a little nice to them, show a little human touch towards their emotion, ठीक है. Do not consider them only there as your colleague or maybe the person who is working on a machinery or maybe producing goods for you. Do not forget that they are also human. So इस particular moment को human relation moment कहा जाता था, and it was very much proved कि जब भी एक सोशल साइकोलॉजिकल सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलती है किसी को भी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर, हिज एफिशिएंसी इंप्रूव्स, हिज प्रोडक्टिविटी इंप्रूव्स एंड हिज लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इंप्रूव, विच अल्टीमेटली लीड्स टू मोर प्रोडक्टिविटी. सो वी कैन से दैट द बेसिक पॉइंट of this particular theory was to understand the importance of human emotions in the life, that you cannot say that management is very much scientific function or very much is a machine theory, or you can say there should be a bureaucracy. Everything should be part of it, but add on a human touch. That was his particular contribution, Elton Mayo. Then behavioral science approach. Now what was the behavioral science approach? See, whenever we are talking about management thinker, every management thinker comes with certain concept. But when we talk about their contribution, so there can be contribution from the psychologist, there can be contribution from the sociologist, there can be contribution from the anthropologist. So who are they? They are actually those who understand human behavior, human mind a little better than a manager. That is most important. ठीक है, जब आप अंडरस्टैंड करते हो कि साइकोलॉजी क्या है, तो साइकोलॉजी में सोशोलॉजी अपने आप एक पार्ट हो जाती है. यू कैन नॉट सेपरेट दैट. ठीक है. नाउ इस पर्टिकुलर केस के अंदर या इस पर्टिकुलर बिहेवियरल साइंस अप्रोच के अंदर द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ द सोशोलॉजी, साइकोलॉजी, एंथ्रोपोलॉजी वर यूज्ड. यू कैन से द डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स वर टेकन फ्रॉम दीज पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट्स, एंड उसमें ये समझा गया कि when we are saying that management is all about as you know that whenever we ask about कि management क्या होता है, तो we say that management is getting things done through by other. तो ठीक है, it is getting things done through by other, but it is getting things done with and through by other. That is the addition. कि आप सिर्फ ये मत बोलिए कि लोगों से काम करवाना है, आपको लोगों के साथ भी काम करना है. So the most important concentration should be on the motivation, on the leadership, on the group dynamics, group relation. Your relationship between you and supervisor is important, but your relationship with your team, your relationship with your lower level managers, your relationship with the customer, that is also important. So do not go or do not concentrate only on the one thing. Concentrate on your surroundings also, because you are going to work with them. So that was the addition to the management approaches which was given by the behavioral science approach. Then the next approach was the system approach. See, system approach was quite technical in nature. System approach ने ये समझाना की कोशिश करी कि एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक सिस्टम की तरह होती है और हर सिस्टम के सब सिस्टम्स होते हैं. नाउ व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज अ सिस्टम? सिस्टम इज बेसिकली अ काइंड ऑफ अ सीक्वेंस where one thing is either related to another or it is interrelated. ठीक है. तो आप जब एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात करते हो तो in every organization whatever is the structure, ठीक है, we always say that it's a system, एंड उसके जो सब यूनिट्स होते हैं उन्हें हम सब सिस्टम्स कहते हैं. एंड एवरी यूनिट और सिस्टम और सब सिस्टम इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन ईच अदर, रिलेटेड टू ईच अदर और वर्किंग इन कोऑर्डिनेशन विद ईच अदर. दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. और सिस्टम अप्रोच ने हमें बेसिकली दो नाम दिए, दैट योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज इंटर रिलेटेड एंड इंटर डिपेंडेंट. ठीक है, ये जो दो चीज़ें थी ये हमें इस सिस्टम अप्रोच के थ्रू समझ में आई कि आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में whatever is the long term objective that can be achieved only by achieving the the in coordination, or you cannot say, I'll put it in other words, that you cannot say that you are achieving the target of marketing department because you are a marketing manager and you are not concerned with the production manager. Then you are wrong. You won't be able to achieve your organization objective. So what you need to understand, that every short term or every individual objective should go or is directly correlated with the overall objective. That was the basic thing जो आप पढ़ भी चुके हो, but the pioneer in that was सिस्टम अप्रोच. चेस्टन बर्नार्ड ने एक थ्योरी बताई थी, दो वर्ड्स जो मैंने बोले, इंटरडिपेंडेंसी एंड इंटर रिलेशनशिप. ही ऑलवेज सेड दैट whenever it is communication or your decision making process, you need to understand that throughout your organization your every unit is related one or the other way. That is why he also gave one of the name which is called open system approach. Every system is open. ठीक है, he never says that system can be closed, because if you're closed then you are not going to be affected by your environment. If you're closed then you are not getting affected by your surroundings, but you are. Your business is dynamic. Business keeps on getting affected, keeps on getting intimated by the surroundings. So ultimately it's an open system. ठीक है, then here comes the contingency system, which is one of the most important add-on given by the management thinkers with the time. ठीक है, with the time modern thinkers, they understood that every theory is not applicable in every situation. It means the generalization concept is very difficult when you say the application of the management. So if I am saying कि मुझे एक थ्योरी को सिचुएशन ए में अप्लाई करना है एंड इन कंट्री ए एंड मे बी इन कंपनी बी, तो वो किसी और कंट्री में, किसी और कंपनी में एग्जैक्टली सेम तरीके से अप्लाई की जा सकती है. इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू से. That is why they gave a concept where they say that understand that every theory has certain contingency, situational approach. Sometime because the lot of external environment, a lot of factors in external environment is actually affecting an organization. तो इसीलिए कभी कभी आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में थ्योरीज को बेस रख के डिसीजन नहीं ले सकते. You have to understand that